Alright, hello and welcome back to Stationeers. Let's see if I can finally finish that furnace setup that is pending for like 10 episodes now or something. Yeah, that's quite insanity that I try to build there. I mean, it's good to understand how the stack and all the dynamic things works. But oh boy, I was not prepared for that. Is that nuclear? No, I just have one nuclear. Um, yeah, not gonna print. I might still need this. Ooh, I almost went out with all the wastes at the maximum. That will be a disaster.
Waste tank critical. Waste tank caution. Waste tank critical.
How is the pressure in the base, by the way? 70? Yeah, I would somehow keep it at 70. So we had a storm last time, so we shouldn't be having any storm in the near future. So the aim is still working just fine. Battery is at 78. Yeah, the nuclear battery is the way to go. The only thing is you need to replace it from time to time. So I need to change the code so it warns me about low battery. Alright, so I can remove all the set tiles from here. This is not here anymore. Set tiles, right? So then loop tiles. Then the debug. Okay, so that will free a lot of lines for me. Before I do anything, let's see if I didn't break, because then it will be red here. Okay. So let's remove this. Now it's the normal code. I had add somewhere, like I was trying to run only one room. Yeah, this here. So I just need to get rid of this. So this is the original. And I have plenty of line. Well, not plenty, but I have a lot of extra lines. So load the setting for the main ship. Then if it's 0, just get out. If it's not 0, then I star there A. And then I start reading the stack, right? Position, and then I read tank pressure, tank temperature, room pressure, room temperature. Pretty basic. Then I get the average between the room and the... Don't know if I need this, but it's there. Then I do all this crap, right? So that's the important part. So pressure in the tank, I really want it to be very, very high. 35 megapascals. That's something I want. I just can't push the gas out at once. I need to wait it for a heat up, just like I'm doing in the greenhouse, right? It's low batch so it doesn't cool down the entire thing. And I also want to read the status of my heating line, which is this guy here. So 1DE989. One DE989. So this is This is hot analyzer. So this will help prevent overcooling my heat line. Great. So now, so I do all this reading here, but I'm mainly going to start with the, let's start with the, so all the gets are here. Why not doing any more gets? Okay, so let's start with the active event. So set the active event. Then the mode, set the device ID, right? R1. Why am I set to R1? Yeah, I need to review this code. Because the active event's not running as it was before. So the code needs to be different. Then that's the valve. Okay, so let's start with the active event. So the active event job now, the only job is to make sure the room doesn't over pressurize. So my target pressure in the room is 135. So save device ID on. This I need to see how we're gonna check it. But the mode will be always, I always forget what the heck the mode is. Oh, it's not the vacuum anymore. That's why it's taking so long. Come on. So mode is 1. Yeah. Mode is 1. Which is facing outward. So the only function on this is to move the gas out. Wrong ship. So the mode is fixed at 1. Then I'm gonna have external safe set to 0, internal, so internal is pipe. Internal is pipe, just remember that, internal is pipe in this mode. So internal is pipe 58, so external is 135. I know it might overshoot, but that's what I want. So and then save device, the on I need to check, right? So the on is simply check on the pressure. Tank pressure. Not the tank, the room. So save greater than into R1 from this. If is greater than, I don't know, 50. I need to see when my device is gonna start to burn. I'm gonna put 15 range here. I should have put a lower number. No, let's keep like this. So if we go above 150, then it should turn it on.
Waste tank critical. Temperature high.
Fast. Need to do it fast, otherwise you take lung damage. It's so annoying. Okay, so that's the active event. That's it. That's all the job of the active event. Now the only thing I need to do left is control the turning on and off of the heating valve and filling up the tank. So I do have a pressure regulator, right? Yes. So I want to pressurize to 135 first. and then I start heating, because if I start heating below 135, it's just gonna cool down like no tomorrow, because of the thing that we said in the last episode, right? The furnace and the radiators, if you are below 1 atmosphere, and 1 atmosphere is 101 kPa or something, if you are below that, it just cool down to the wood regardless of being in a room pressurized, like 60 kPa, which is what I had before. 80, doesn't matter, it's gonna still cool down like no tomorrow. So I need to fill up the room first to 135. Once the room is at 135, then I need to add a little bit on the tank. So I stop adding onto the tank, and then I actually start heating everything. So this is the last thing I want to check, right? If everything is fine, then I want to add more pressure. So let's actually remove all this crap that I have here. Setting the heating valve. And then the pressure regulator, right? So I do have the pressure regulator. Which now I do have enough space to do this. So set room press regulator, which is 10, right? So this, then jump RA. So I don't need to do this thing here yet, but for now. So set the filtration, save the device ID mode based on whatever I'm doing here, and then save greater than pressure regulate. Yes. Okay, so active vent is done. Now I need to find a proper order for doing this. Just start doing. If I keep thinking, I'm never gonna start doing. Okay, so let's just start doing. So this needs to be the last step, right? So what is the step before this? Slow fill up the room to 135. So if the room is below 135, that's my priority. Okay, so let's start here. What am I doing here? I'm doing the main thing. Okay. Which memory I'm using? I'm using tank press, tank temperature, only those that I'm using. So I can get rid of anything that I'm not really needing, right? So this one I'm not really using. Probably this one as well, yes. Number of arrays, probably not. I'm adding a letter there, so if I'm using, it will become red. That's what I'm doing, if you're wondering. I hate this. So device ID definitely using. Yep. Reversed, I am reserved, not reversed. I should be using, yes, I am. Stack position, I'm also using. Then the temperature. Then this, yeah, so I think everything up here I'm using. Stack ship and the main ship. I need a main chip. Yes, I need a main chip, but how many times do I need a main chip? I need a main chip here and down there, yeah. Okay. And so I don't need this. Perfect.
Waste tank caution.
That's annoying. I should code inside. How am I gonna code inside? I will need to, because I don't want to replace the chip yet. I will need another chip. I have the chip on the suit. I can use that, right? Yes. So this is the control. So I turn the control off. Swap the chips. Export this to the control. Put it back there and turn it on. So this still has the code that it was there before, which was doing nothing, and on this one I have the code that I was changing here. Perfect. That way I can code inside. And I don't need to worry about the waste tank here. That's a lot of plants. Okay. Also need to bring those seeds with me. Just remember one thing I'm missing on the greenhouse. I need to check for overpressurization. I'm not checking for that. Not take forever to get to high pressure there, but anyway, I need to check that. Right, so I need to turn on the pressure regulator. I mean, you don't really need to turn on the pressure regulator, right? It doesn't push stuff if the pressure is above it. So I should not need to do anything with it. Oh, I was setting the thing to this, right? Okay, so I can then, so this is the vent, then I can do here, set jump to here, and then we do the settings on the pressure regulator. There is no need for this. There's no need for this, so it's just save on and the settings. And the setting, which will be 135. Great, so pressure regulator is done. Now, if the pressure of the room is below 135, I need to add gas to the tank, and that's it. There's no other option. And if the tank is empty. Yeah. So tank pressure is here. And room pressure is not being used. So if the tank pressure is less than, I'm gonna put a minimum here. I don't know. If tank pressure is less than 10, then safe is less than interval 1 from room press is also is less than 135. Should I have a constant for this? If I change this, I'm gonna have to change a lot of places. Target pressure. So if I don't have 10 kPa into the tank, or if I don't have 135, no. It's just if I don't have 10. Yes, that's it. That's it. Because the pressure regulator will keep running. So this will fill up until 10 kPa, and then the pressure regulator will get the room to the thing. So I will then do just set filtration, which is this, right? And then the mode BR0. Keep at least 10 kPa into the tank, that's it. Now I'm gonna need more conditions for this, but for now that's all I need. So this will get the room to 135. So once the room is above 135, which I'm not checking anywhere, then I need to start heating up. So save if it's less than, so I have the target temperature, right? And then I subtract 10. Yeah, remember this part. So get the target temperature, subtract 10. Safe is greater than, so checking if I'm above the minimum. So I want to check if I'm below the minimum actually. So that will be safe is less than, and not the average. The tank. So the target temperature minus 10, and then I save into this. If the average, not the average, the tank temperature is below the mean. So I target to 2K, that will be 1990, 1990, and then it will turn on. So this is the code I need to turn on the heating. So that will be set heating valve, so it will be this guy here. That will be save to the device ID on R1. Of course, this is not all the code, just to get started, right? So the active vent is just the active vent, it's only run if I'm too high. The pressure regulator is just turn on and put the settings. Now this is where the actual logic starts, so I check the tank pressure is below 10. If it is, just run a little bit. Perfect. Now here, check for the temperature, the target temperature -10. If I'm below that, I need to heat up. I actually want to heat up to the... No, okay. If I'm below the minimum, I don't want to be below the minimum, I want to go to the target. Yes. So in that case, I don't need this. I just need this. If it's less than the target price, if I'm below the target, just turn on the heating. And this turn on the heating. Now we start with the constraints. So I don't want to turn on the heating if my heat line is too cold. So I first need to do the reading on the heat line. So load device, yes, load device into heat line. From temperature, yes. So now I only want to turn on this if it's need to turn on with this setting here and my hotline is hot enough. Okay. So then I need to do a save if it's greater than into 2. My heat line is greater than what? Now the heat line has a fixed temperature, right? Yes, so I'm heating to 2.2 and I want to be above 190, so give him a little bit of swing. Now let's keep to 200. Okay. Greater or equal. Safe is greater or equal to this. And then we do an AND into R1 and R2. Great. So do we need to start heating? And can we actually start heating? Because otherwise it's too cold. So that's enough for the heating. So the only thing left is actually filling up the tank here. How is the lines go? It's fine. So the active vent is doing its job, then the pressure regulator is just fixed settings. Then it goes to the filtration, which I need to work on, and then finally it turns on or off. Do I really need... I guess I can have the on and off of this before the filtration, so yeah, because it doesn't interfere. So this has less lines, so let's actually move this down. Okay. So the active vent does the work, the pressure regulator does the work, then this is the check For the heating valve, does the work? Okay, so now I don't need to worry about any of those variables, R1, R1, R2, or even R0. I'm free to use all those memories. So first condition, if the tank press is below 10, just add a little bit of gas. So that will be a mandatory, right? So that will be an OR to anything else. Okay. Second condition is if I'm hot enough, both in the room and in the tank, so in this case the average, which is, so if my average is above the minimum average, which is minus 10, should I do a minus 10? Average, well, how am I doing the average? Average is tank plus room, then divided by 2. Okay. Yeah, since it's average, I'm gonna use the minimum. Not minimum, the target. I mean... Yeah, the target. Okay, so I'm just thinking out loud. So this is gonna be an OR. Now next is adding more gas to the tank. If the temperature is, the average temperature is above the target. So save if it's greater than into R1, because I can't use R0. If the average temperature is greater than the target temp, equal or greater, so we don't get a stalemate. So we're like the average will never be greater than the target if both are equal. So equal or greater. This means I'm hot enough. So am I gonna keep heating? Let's check. What am I using for heating? If my tank temperature is less than my target, I'm gonna keep heating. It will be close, but it should be enough. So this needs to be here, right? So set the filtration, do the check on the pressure, see if it's less than, if less than, run it, and then I do an OR, right? OR R0, R0, R1. So either I'm below 10 or I'm actually good enough temperature so I can start working. So this will eliminate the problem when the room is at vacuum, and I can then not need to worry about it because it was a part of the problem here. So the filtration, the tank pressure here, and then that will turn the filtration on. We will add a little bit of gas, which will cool down the tank, which will change the average, which might make the tank stop filling up, which exactly what should happen. The tank should slow fill up with gas instead of just filling up to 35 megapascals and then prevent everything from running. So now I'm not checking the maximum pressure. So before this, or I need to check here, right? Yes. So I need to do an save is less than UR2 from tank press 35 megapascals. And then I will need to do an ending to R1 from R1 and R2. Otherwise it's gonna blow up the tank. So R1 is the temperature. Do we have enough temperature? Yes. R2 is the pressure, equals or greater, less than. If both of them are valid, then we need to run. Or if we are below 10, to just run it. Okay, that's perfect. So it means I don't need this. Neither this or this. Now I had this part here. This part here was trying to figure out the problem with the cold side and the degas side. So the cold side is for the solder. Or I don't quite have another one. I could call this one if I rebuild my other land pad, but I'm not gonna do that. So the problem with the solder side, right? So let's start with the degas. So the gas will be the same temperature as the word temperature. So the heating should never turn on. So I use this one specifically so I can know if that is the degas furnace. Yeah, that will be a condition to turn on the heating valve, because you don't want to turn on the heating valve on the degas furnace. Yes. So in that case, on the turning on here, so save into our R2. If it's greater or equal to the word atmosphere. No, if it's greater. Save is greater than the word atmosphere. And then I just do another and R1, R1, R2, right? So I need to heat up because the temperature is below my target. My heat line is at hot point, it's not too cold. I end both into R1, free R2, and now I read again. I also above word temperature, right? I don't want to heat up the... Okay, perfect. So save the device ID, on, turn on the heating. Now the filtration, if my target is the word atmosphere, which will be for degassing, it can fill up, so it will be another OR on this one, only if the value is exactly this, which will be only for one furnace. So R0 here needs another OR, so save if it's equal. So save is equal to R1, the target temperature is equal to the word atmosphere. If it is, then I just do an OR R0, R0, or R1, which means if either I'm too low on pressure or my target is actually the word atmosphere, you are allowed to run. that's a problem here. So this tank pressure here needs to be an end. I made a poo-poo here, so that's the average temperature and that's the tank pressure. So these two is already combined. This is like should run, yeah, should run. This is also should run. Different than this. So either this or this, right? So it's just an or between this and this. And I end with this. Okay. So it's an or between those two. R0 is already correct. Then I use R1 to check the temperature. If it is, then it's another or here, right? Or into R0, R0, R1. All this is or, right? Just making sure I'm not gonna blow up my tank. Yeah, so if I'm below 10 kPa, or it's exactly the temperature for the world atmosphere, or the average temperature is equal or greater than the target temperature. So these are 0, these are 1 combined to R0, these are 1 combined to R0. And now in the end, yes. Less than. The tank pressure is less than this, right? And R0, R1. There needs to be an end, otherwise it's gonna blow up the tank. Yeah, I said that and I made the wrong code. It would blow up anyways. Now it's better. So this will make sure the degas furnace run. But the solder furnace will never run. Which is kind of fine, because the heating valve will never turn on. Why? Because it's always too hot. I need actually a cooling valve here. So we're gonna not do anything with the solder for now. And once everything else is working, then I added the solder thing here. So I don't need any of this crap, right? Yeah, that's the heating valve, is already up there. So that should be all. I guess I can leave some space here. So that's the filtration here. I don't need this. Save. Then the active vent, then the valve, and then I'm free down here. Alright. That does sound good. I hope it's actually good. This should ensure that it slowly fill up and heat up without destroying my heat line. Let's eat something. This is a plant analyzer. Alright, so I said I need a lever for the vacuum instead of using the furnace. Which means I need to print for a switch. I think I have some switch there. Logic IO, not quite switch. Oh, I didn't put the pipes. Yeah, I said I want to put the pipes and forgot about it. That's a weird collision. So they fall like inside the thing here. Okay, perfect. So let's go to... Oh. Drop the food there. It's a lot of ores that I need to clean up. Pipe. So my water system is passing right here. I need it to reach. Well, that will be a problem, won't it? Kind of. Ideally, it would go underground. How far down am I going? Just one frame down, okay, so it's exactly one frame down. Will be a little annoying to do. Now, can I pass you through here? Yes, I can. Stop sliding. Can you stop sliding, please? That's annoying. Why are you sliding? That's what I needed. I can't see crap. I need you right here. Come on, down. Thank you. Okay, so let's hope this didn't destroy my water. Shouldn't I had like a bunch? That's not how you check water. Yeah, 150 liters. Still adding more. It's perfect. I need to check is this guy here. I dropped. I never update this thing, so it's insanely slow. I still have like 645 moles of steam here that I need to make into water. For now it's good. When I do the glare shows up to over the over the tank. Anyways,
Power low.
so when I start making water with the H2O combustor, I need a faster process because this will never keep up. Oh yeah, I bought some poop from the thing. I need to get rid of this. Okay, so now I just need to connect that pipe there. And that hopefully didn't do a big drain, my thing. Not much. Okay. It might zero this guy down.
Power low.
Yeah, it did. I'm concerned is freezing. That was my concern before. And to prevent it from freezing, I just add more pressure here.
Waste
Okay,
tank awesome.
so adding more pressure here. No more, yeah, raising the pressure here. So it's a little hot. Wait, why is this damage? There's not even water inside this. I wouldn't understand if this was damage. Let's increase here, not to, yeah, let's just leave it 200 something just to see what happens. Yeah, it's gonna heat up like no tomorrow. I still don't understand why the heck does stuff take damage. Like, why would this tank take damage if there's not even anything inside it? And it never was, because I never had enough water
Power critical.
to actually push to the tank. Huh. Stuff that the game does. Yeah, the problem is that I pushing too much water into the pipe network there, because the pipe network is insanely big now and I don't have enough water into the tanks. So what I can do here, yeah, I really need to fix my water cooling here, and I need to pressurize this with nitrogen so the water is just water and I don't need to worry about it freezing because it's evaporating.
Waste tank critical.
Stop with all the
Temperature high.
warnings, that's so annoying. Oh, come on, but then comes the error. Okay. So the thing here is how much water do I actually have? No water. Yeah, this is the same pipe. I don't know why the heck I came down here. Pipe network has 13,000 liters. And I'm trying to push at 4%. Let's keep it 1%. Yeah, that's enough to add some liquid here, maybe 2%. That's vanishing, so let's keep it 1. once I pressurize this with nitrogen, then I don't need to worry about this anymore. I should have done this like way back. Kind of thing that you know that you need to do, but you never do because I do it later until it becomes a problem. Why do you have damage? Why? Okay. What was I doing? I was doing the code there, and then I said I didn't ever put the water. So now I have the water there. Right. Oh, my mushrooms. My initial idea was to put the mushrooms here in this room. Well, I lost the room. I guess I'm gonna build another room for the mushrooms. Okay, so there is 9 kPa here. Temperature is dropping as it should. Yeah, the process is starting to get very slow. I think I'm gonna just off camera push the pipe here that's going to the oxygen and then to the nitrogen. Flood these at 50 something kPa, 60, maybe 70, and then push, just pull a line from the cooling into a medium radiator here in the room, just like I did in my initial base there, to speed up this process because it's just too damn slow. Why did I enter here? I enter here to check the water level. Yeah, yes. So if I go up, everything here should have water. Should heat up slightly, but not much because there is way too much water here. So everyone is filled, which means I can start planting actually, but I'm not going to yet. So I'm on the target temperature actually. So I should be filling up. I'm not seeing any gas being pumped. Ah, okay, now I'm seeing the gas being pumped. The temperature will raise to 58. Yeah, see, when you start gaining pressure, then it starts going faster. Oh yeah, it blinks error when you pass near it. I placed there, but I didn't do anything with it. Okay, so water is fine here. This will help a little bit with this one. And everyone here is also fine. So let's go see if this code will do something. Oh, I need to close this. Okay. Did they export? I don't know. So I still have this one. If I made the poop, I can just place this one back, yes. Okay, it immediately turned this one, those one on because it's wanting to heat. That's not correct. My target temperature here is 200 and something. It keep filling up. And the thing is on. It should be off. So that's not good. I'm gonna have to manually turn those guys off. I can't turn them off because the ship will turn them on again. Great. So let's see. Filtration 0, so it would stop, and then the heating 0, so it stop. The code is already wrong. That is great. What the heck did I miss?
Waste tank caution.
I guess this is useless now. So it is off, right? I need to check the active vent there. The active vent is also off, right? It is off. 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 So all the active vents are off. Furnace are on. I did not add the valve, the switch. So I'm gonna place the switch here. So I do it when this works. So now I have this extra ship. The control. I'm going to just push it to this. It's fine because I'm not doing anything, right? I would say yes. Okay. There's no storm. But it was just on all the time, so I messed up the order of the ores and ends. Yeah, this is the one I changed. Right, so why the heck was the heating pump turning on? So if the tank temperature is less than the target, which is, and the heat line is above this, which was, and then I do safe is greater than, and my target is greater than the word. That's why I turn on. Okay, so it makes sense. That's fine. Why the heck you kept it wrong? This one was false. This one was also false. Save equals. Save into R1. if the average temperature is equal to the target temperature. That's the wrong thing, but that would make this false also. And I do an OR, either R0, which it has those two, or with this guy here. Should be equal or greater or equal. I mess up here, but then it doesn't make any difference because this was false and I'm gonna still be false. Oh, I did an OR here really. This is an AND. That's why it's always below 35 really, that I did all this and then left the same mistake here. Come on. So put you back to R0. And you can be back to R0 as well. Or 1 in this case. Safe is greater or equal. Yeah, so if my average temperature is greater or equal, the target means I can add a little more gas into the tank. Yes, that was wrong. Let me put you there. I think this is the ship that I removed there, that's why it's making noise. I think. What am I looking for? I'm looking for food. Didn't I have 2 French fry here? So how many potatoes do I have? Potato 138, yeah, so I'm still fine. Because I'm not planting any more potatoes. Do I really want to heat up before? No, I don't. So if the room is below 135, I don't want to turn the heat on, otherwise it's gonna lose a lot of heat to the annoying heat void that happens. So I want to have another AND here, right? So safe is greater or equal to R3. The room pressure 135, which is the target pressure, right? Yes. And then I'll do an AND into R1 for R1 and R3, because if I don't have enough pressure in the room, I don't want to even start heating exactly, otherwise I'm gonna lose it. And there's still a bunch of lines left. It was left with 1 pipe. Okay, that's great. Okay. Nothing seems broken. So just for sake of not messing this up, furnace stack import furnace main, import, furnace control, import, and furnace dials, import, so I don't get outdated code here. So nothing is running. If I turn you on, you are not turning off. I think I delete the important part of the code here, that is setting back the settings here. No, it's right here, yeah, never mind. But then this is definitely not running. Oh boy, why? This is going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as it should. You are on and it's idle. If I turn you off, it's gonna go back on. But the one that's doing this is this one here. No, it's not. Oh, now you are turning on. Did I turn you on exactly the same time? Okay, it is actually working. Yeah, this one is running because this one is the degas, which is exactly equal to 36.5 or 0.15. Jeez, can I say a number? 36.15. This one should not be running. Why are you running? Like, this is not running. Oh yeah, this one is because it is... Yeah, this is the solder. I said I'm not gonna bother with the solder, so yeah. I hope it doesn't blow up. So I turn you on, you should turn yourself off. You should turn yourself off, thank you. If I turn you on, which I can't, you should turn yourself off. Thank you. And we already tested. This one is the one that is working. So I should see everything above 130. Yes. And they keep turning on and off, as they should. Okay, finally progress, and it's not sinking the heat to the extreme. Okay, finally some sort of progress. I'm gonna half weld it so I have enough space to enough surface to place the switches. So how is my heating line? So the heating line, yeah, I can't really look for here because then I need to convert to Celsius. Much easier to look here, yeah. The heat line is perfect fine. Okay, I think it's finally working. So gonna be a lever for pushing you to vacuum. This guy is quite heavily polluted because all the ships are here. Holy moly. Now this is annoying, right? So it should be possible to have it here, but it doesn't like not the connection on the top, even though you want to connect on the bottom. That's really annoying. Guess the only thing I can do is have on the roof here, like this. So 1, 2, then the 3 will be here, facing down, exactly. And 4, and then 5, and freaking lamp. To be terrible. Yep, it goes inside the thing and then I can't reach it. No, not quite. Try again. Perfect. Two, 3, 4, and 5. Now here, so number of devices will be 12. So this go to 11 as I hate this enter when you press del and then push the lines up. That's so damn annoying. So this is the how you call it, not depressurizing, you call it like cleaning, recycling. Forget the word. Geez, is using move a lot when you need to not depressurize, clean it, like restart it. I forgot the word. Anyways, so vacuum lever. That's it. And then in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. So rename you to vacuum. Can I? Thank you. Wait, did I rename my freaking memory? Oh, that's super smart. Do I have this? Yeah. Memory lowercase. So push to vacuum. Push to vacuum. I think I just typing vacuum wrong. I don't really care. And push to vacuum. Now the worst annoying part is getting the ideas. So 24A617, 24A617. 24A617. 24A283. A283. So I don't need to take the 24A, all of them will be 24A. So 1D3. So 1D3. I still need to test if lowercase and uppercase make difference. I never tested. 083. At least it's easy because it's right next to me. 083. Is that it? 33, yes. And finally 24.9 BFE. So 24.9 BFE. So that's the stack. Right to the stack. They are throwing error. Why are you guys throwing error at the line 35? That doesn't make too much sense. Push this back to 11. What the heck's wrong with the line 35? I add one device, it shouldn't not break this. Why is it breaking it? Should do the math properly. Yeah, I think because when I turn them on, they read the memory and then they stack something like out of order, like they read all date value. That's what I think it happens. So instead of turn them all on, I will need to turn them one by one and wait the stack to update. I think that's what the problem is. I'm honestly not sure, right? So I just push the lever. This should not interfere with any device that already exists.
Waste tank caution.
Yeah, see? Pretty sure the problem is the timing that I'm turning things on and off, because it is changing the number of stuff and this is reading the old number. So need a proper turn on sequence here instead of just a batch writing. So now I'm gonna have to have a chip to turn on the other chips in a proper order. What amazing thing. Okay, so now I have the lever. It's not doing anything. And it should be pretty simple. Let's change the filter here before I get burned lungs. Okay, so here I'm reading furnace control. Loop the array, furnace control will do read all, which reads all. And then this is my decision, right? This is the furnace, read the furnace. So instead of reading the furnace, I'm gonna read the lever, and that's gonna be the same decision. That's simple. Do I have enough lines? I don't have enough lines. That's the big pain. What can I get rid of? How the heck am I gonna read? So to read the device I need at least 2 lines. I only have 1. Holy moly. So to save a line I would need one of those sets that's being used only once. So furnace, vent, back pressure, valve, then vent again, filtration. So basically all of them are not being used. Okay, so I have furnace, and then I have gas, and then I have filtration. I have memory. Memory is always only 1. So I could start with the memory instead of have set memory here. I will just do this and remove this. So then set memory is just this. So this gives me a little room to breathe here. So what I need to do is do this, but then it will be 11, right? Where was it? Here. So load device ID on. No, so we're gonna load from device ID setting. Add into our tree from the stack 11. It's 11 or is this 12? Memory 0, this is 11, yes, which is the 12th position. Okay. Then I need to do how many lines I have left? 3. Then I need to do this. And that should be all. Wrong place. Yes, so put into our tree the stack position plus 11, which we'll set for the vacuum lever. Get the ID of it. No, this just get the position of the ID. Then I read the ID, put into the device ID, and then from the device ID, and here I'm gonna say a red in the advanced furnace, which I'm not. So I need to remember this. Because now I move to the lever. So I'm on the lever here. And then I save into the DB the state. Do I need to save into the DB? No, I don't read it from anywhere. Low, I do read it from here. But this is a different one. Yes, this is a different one. I mean, it needs to be 1, right? Branch is greater than 0, go to control room. If it's equal to 0, you're gonna run this initialize. Yes. No, I don't need the DB. The DB here is for waiting, which comes from the other ship. Yes. Okay, that's 1 extra line I can save. Branch is greater than 0, ensure 0, true. So I need to set the furnace again, which I can just call set advanced furnace.
caution.
And that should be all. I need to have a vacuum valve. I hope. So I can export this and export this. Everything should keep working as it was. Okay, I'm turning it on. It's turning itself off because it doesn't want to be on, which means it is working. So for me to test this, I'm gonna test this with the one that doesn't have any importance, which will be the solder. It is not doing anything. Pressure regulator is off, which should be. The active vent is on, which should be. But the internal setting is not updated, so it will never pull this gas out. But let's see if at least the pressure regulator is on the correct settings. If it is, then I just need to fix the... It is, because it's venting like hell, yes. So if I jump here, it's gonna blow me away. Should be 0. Yeah, it is 0. So it is working. Oh boy, that was a lot of work to get this furnace run as I wanted. It's 90% done. Now I need to work on the solder here. If I close you, you should go back to the normal state. I need to set, which you're gonna copy from this guy here. It needs this to be 0. It's kept at 135, that's the problem. So, do I have lines? I do have 2 lines, perfect. Where is the vent? So that's the vent, mode on. And save to device ID, pressure external, 0. Now if I turn you on again, you should be dropping to 0. Perfect, that's just freaking perfect. I close you, now you should be... Everyone is crashing. Did everyone empty the... Oh my goodness, somehow everything just... Why did... Oh no. Load device. Branch is greater than 0. Oh yeah, because it's inverted. Now it's branch if it's equal to 0. Yeah, because the furnace on was my Q. Now the furnace is not on. Whoops. Yeah, now I mess up the entire thing. Great. Branch is equal to 0, go to control room, which is this guy here, yes. So it should be running. But you are not running. I freaking break the thing again. It is stuck. Debug one. How did I mess this up? Because I take out the setting. I'm not using the setting. Where is the B? Where is the B? I'm not using the setting. Oh, when I'm using the set on the other chip. Yeah, I need the setting. And now I need the setting to be 1, or I'm gonna have to invert all the code. Come on. Save equal to 0, R0, R0. This will invert R0, and then I'd leave as it was. Branch was greater than 0. To the control room. That should have fixed it. It did not fix it. Why? Such a simple thing, so I should be on the last line here. Yes, I am on the last line, so I can't really add or remove anything. But this should be all I needed. So load the setting from the lever. Safe is equal to 0, so if it's 0, it's going to be 1. Branch is greater than 0, which is 1. Go to the control room. Oh, I'm not saving on the settings. I need one extra line somehow. I need to save into the B because I'm reading the settings from the other ships. So the other ship's reading 0, it's never doing anything. That's what's happening. How I get one extra line. Comment. Don't have any comments. This end here. What is going to this end? This. I would do a relative jump with counting the lines. I hate doing that. But that would save me this. Let's see, what else am I not using? Set gas sensor. So if I just call you 22, it's being used here. And that's it. Okay, so I can get rid of you. So instead of calling set gas sensor, I take out this line. Put over here. And take this one. And then I get rid of the jump here. That's it. So set the gas sensor, get an device ID, and then just go as normal. These give me extra 2 lines, right? 3 lines, perfect. And then I can just do my save in the settings here. Again, it should be working because I'm only reading for this. Why it's not working? Come on. Why this has to be like this? Where is the branch here? Save into DB, setting R0. Okay, we're back to working. And I'm gonna start from scratch, right? So we're gonna add the gas until we don't have enough pressure. It's not gonna do anything. Which is actually a good thing, right? So yeah, everything is off. So if I open the solder here, it should only care about the solder, not everything else. Okay, solder go to 0. Furnace there. It's flickering because it's fighting, yeah. So I need to read this from this guy on the set dial so this furnace doesn't keep fighting, but it's working. Oh, I got scared there. Okay. Just gonna wait for the pressure to build again and then it's gonna start raising the temperature again. Am I keeping up with the temperature? I am. Okay, that's perfect. That's just perfect. So turn you. Now I'm gonna leave you open. And I just need to fix the dials real fast. So crap.
Waste tank critical. Temperature high.
Yeah, I'm gonna place this one.
Critical. Waste tank caution.
Yeah. I know. I almost finishing. Getting there, and then you stop me to have to deal with waste tank. Come on.
Waste tank caution. Waste tank critical. Waste tank critical. Waste tank caution.
Add a few little bit of gas, and then should be happy. We're about to finish the thing, and of course, something has to be annoying. Oops, that's not how you placed. Just waiting for the oxygen to fill up a little bit. Okay, dang it. Well, on the video it won't show up, but then I had to attend to something for like half an hour. What the heck was I doing? I was doing the code there, and then I run here to refill my oxygen. Yeah, that's why. What was I finishing? I was almost finishing. What was I finishing? I remember I said I was like almost done, and then you need to do something. And what the heck I was finishing? It was venting as it should. This one was working. I was... Oh, the diodes. Yeah. So what I need is just read the lever state, which is 11. it read this, then it read this, then it read this, then it sets everything to the furnace. I'm doing a load device on the furnace if it's on, yes, but I'm not going to use the furnace anymore. So before this, add 11, which is the vacuum lever, then get the device, so set position of the vacuum lever, get vacuum lever ID, and then load device into R what? I'm not using barely any R. What a mess I have here with the R's. 9, 8, 6, 5, 4. Okay. I'm using 15 here. R14. It's not being used, right? Yes. So loading to R14 from the device ID setting. Now I need to remember this is inverted. Open and close. Or I could just read the ship. Yeah, I'm reading the lever already. Let's just read the lever. So this, I'm gonna leave as is. So set the furnace to whatever it's doing here. But before doing this, this will be, so save needs to be close. I don't need to do anything really, right? It's just this branch equal to 0 is closed. No branch if branch is greater than 0, then go there. That's it. That's all. Of course. Uh, 39. You are not happy. With my why are you not happy? You should be happy. Just reading the position 11. Oh, I'm not doing the full thing here. Yeah, it's R3. Add getting to 0. Add getting to 1. Add getting to 2. Add getting to 3. So add getting to 3 again. Oh yeah, that's the advanced furnace. Okay, here. That's the device ID. Now it's happy. So if I open you, nothing happened. If I close you, nothing happened. If I open you should open. And if I close, you should close. Why? So if I change the input here, change the output here, okay, and this should not be doing anything. It's in a vacuum, so it's fully 100%. So if I move this, absolutely nothing happened. That's it. That's perfect. So they are building up pressure. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Waste
So I close you. You should start building up pressure again. And you should start working again. Finally, that's finally the setup done for the furnace. Holy crap, this takes forever. I weld this later once I'm actually sure it's working. So temperature here is fine, but then it's nothing is being heated. This is filling up because there is no target. The pressure is the same, right? Yeah, the temperature is the same, and this should also be filling up because it's below 525 and this is 7.3. Yes, okay, perfect. I just need to remember that the solder is not ready. Okay. That was insane. Let's go take a look at the greenhouse just to see how it's going. It should be terrible, to be honest, but that's a lot of ores. Just want to see if I can start planting seeds here. 14 kPa, not really. Let's wait to above 25 kPa. Then I can start planting seeds. Oh, I said I didn't have a upper limit, right? Yes. So lower level, import. So you guys can't run if my pressure is above the maximum pressure. I have a target. So let's say here pressure. So what I will do is save into check for max pressure. So save into R6, right? I'm not using R6. Save if is less than pressure is less than 95. And then I just do another and R1, R1, R6, and then and R2, R2, R6. So we're gonna copy this. So this export to the lower. Now we go to the upper. Import. I'm gonna do the same. Save less than into R7. Can be 6, right? Yeah, can be 6. R6. From pressure 95. And that will be and R1, R1, R6, and R2, R2, R6. On the upper level should be better in terms of pressure. Yes. And it should be cooling. It is cooling. Perfect. I'm gonna plant some switchgrass here just to see what happens. I have so many. Oh, I shouldn't have done that because I don't have any controls of the grow light. Well, I guess I need to do the controls of the grow light now. That's pretty easy, except that I need different controls for up and down. So we really want a different? For now I'm just gonna control it one. So get on the lower level. I don't do any jumps, right? No, I just start and do this. Okay, perfect. So I can then just load intro 0 from DB settings. Add R0 plus 1. Then save if it's less than R1, R0 for 500. I need to remember the numbers. I don't remember the numbers. I need to check in the base, but just to have something running here. Then a save batch into the grow light. Kit grow light, the actual grow light on R1. And then I will do save, not save. Save is less than into R1. R0 800. So if it's less than 800, and then select into R0 from R1. If it's less than 800, just keep R0. Otherwise, keep 0. Then finally save into DB setting R0. Lower level, export. That should keep the lights on. It is on. Yeah. Oh, this is doing the noise. I was like, what the heck is this noise? Okay, let's see if this switch glass will survive this. And I add more down here. Once the pressure gets a little higher there. Okay, close this. And we can close this. And I can finally rest. My furnace is working. So far, at least. Greenhouse is firing up. So next time I just need to work with the Larry and sorting. So in that case, you are not heating up at all. You are not heating up. You are off. Why? Tank temperature, heating line is greater than this. Target temperature is greater than this. Room pressure is greater or equal than the target pressure. Yeah, it's 34. It's not really 35. Okay, it's... Yeah, the pressure regulator is insanely slowing. finishing the last bit of gas. I wonder if there is actually gas inside the pipe. Or if the filtration is not running. Filtration is on idle. Why is this? This is set to 0. Did I forgot to close the ladder, the lid? I did not. So I never reset this to... Okay, so that might be the issue. Active vent, room pressure regulator, back pressure regulator, I need to set it. Set filtration. Yeah, I know the problem. The problem is I was doing this here. Last bit of detail. I was doing this here, just here, right? So yeah. And then I turn off the vent. And then I change the settings on the furnace. Now I don't need to worry about this, and then I turn on the furnace. This is never happening anymore because I'm never using this as a control now. So I need to set the back pressure regulator back to this value. This I don't need to do anything because this is being set there, and then the furnace will be controlled by the... But I need to set it to 1. So I need to set the furnace to 1, and I need to set the back pressure regulator. Main, furnace to 1, and the back pressure regulator. So filtration, heating, room, active vent. I'm not really touching the... Yes. And I don't have back pressure regulator. Yes, I don't have either. So let's manually do it. So it's at the stack position, so that will be the back pressure regulator. Reserved. And then I would have again, that will be for the Vincent furnace. And then we do this.
Waste tank caution.
Yeah. So furnace is 3. Back pressure is 5. Furnace is 3. Back pressure is 5. Furnace is 3. Back pressure is 5. I guess just for sake of... Right, so save device ID on 1. That's it. It's the only thing I'm doing. Turn the furnace on. And get device ID. This is the back pressure regulator, right? Yes. Save the device setting. Word 7. That explains why the room is never getting to the pressure. Yeah, now it's there. 35. Perfect. Because the back pressure was always emptying the... because it was set to 0. Yep. Can I finally say that I finished this? Yeah, it is on with me, it's heating. This is not on, and now it's on. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Then it should start cooling. The heating is enough to keep up. Okay, perfect. Now the pressure will raise to 50 and then the active vent should turn on. There you go. And I push back to 35. Perfect. And this one just did the same. Perfect. And you are getting there. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. You is idling, as you should. The temperature is raising. It's gonna wait the temperature reach the maximum, and then it's gonna push a little bit more gas. That's it. That's all I wanted. Finally, gazillion episodes later, some thousands hours later, it is actually working. Yeah, it's starting to cooling. That's fine. This is a massive drain of power, but we already fixed, so it won't drain my entire power. During the day it keep up. See, it's really keeping up. During the night we lose the solar there. Oh, we need to fix the solar. It is correct now. It's facing the correct direction. Yeah, it's turning correctly. But then it started going in that direction. Anyway, gonna fix this later. That's good enough power for now. I can finally rest in peace. In a good way. Just to sit and relax. That didn't sink well.
Waste tank caution. Waste tank caution.
Right. All right. Finally, job's done. Now, only thing left to do is wait for the furnace to actually heat up and for the greenhouse to pick up some good pressure. After that is just Harvey automation, water making, and that will be all. Then I start for rockets. It's a whole new project. Oh yeah, I have the fridge project that I said I'm gonna make. The room, fridge room. Relay that you just stack to 10. More potatoes. Right. Finally. I can do a good night of sleep. So that will be it. Thank you for watching, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.